You stared at the fridge like it owes you money. You've chewed ice cubes like they're snacks. You've watched cooking videos like you can eat with your eyes. But cravings keep calling. Fasting shouldn't feel like a fight. If you're starving, your hunger alarms are set wrong. We're fixing 5 of them today. Like the alarm your schedule teaches, the one a late dinner amplifies, and the switch your first bites flip. Stick around, because each reveal comes with a simple fix you can use on your very next fast. Your belly has a clock. It rings before the time it expects food. That ring comes from the Ghrelin hormone, your I'm hungry alarm. When your clock is set for lunch at 12:30, it often dings a little before your usual time, even if you're fasting. In a recent poll on this channel, I asked what the hardest part of fasting is. Most of you said cravings. One big reason is timing. If your belly expects food while you're still fasting, the Ghrelin alarm goes off during the fast. It's a learned alert, not an emergency, but it feels urgent. Your routine teaches the clock. Eat at the same times, and it starts ringing before those times. Push the last meal later, and you teach it to ring later and louder the next day, often inside your fasting hours. Late isn't a magic number. It simply means eating later than your normal pattern or too close to bedtime. That's what moves the alarm into your fast. Here's how to move it back. Pick an eating window and keep it steady for 10 to 14 days. Finish eating at least 3 hours before bed so the clock learns a clean cutoff. If you're struggling or strict feels too harsh, slide dinner 30 to 60 minutes earlier this week. Small nudge, big difference. Day 1 might feel weird. Day 3 feels calmer. By week 2, the alarm rings inside your eating window, not in the middle of your fast. If you're hungry before your window, there's a simple reason you can fix in minutes. Early in a fast, you lose sodium in water. Your kidneys excrete more sodium and fluid, so your electrolytes, especially sodium, drop. Low electrolytes can cause fake hunger. You feel tired, foggy, a bit lightheaded, and your brain starts asking to deploy snacks. Here's the move that usually quiets that fake hunger feeling. Use plain water with electrolytes, unflavored to keep a clean fast. Most fasting doctors recommend 2 to 3 grams of sodium per day while fasting, roughly half a teaspoon of quality salt in about 1 liter of water spread through the day. If you're struggling or strict fasting feels too harsh, plain carbonated water can help some people feel fuller. It's still strict friendly. If bubbles make you feel hungrier, switch back to still water. How do you tell if it's fake hunger? When it's electrolytes, the feeling often comes with a headache, tired legs, or a little dizziness when you stand up. Real hunger builds slower and feels like an empty feeling in your stomach. Try this. Sip electrolyte water and wait about 10 minutes. If the feeling fades, it was fake hunger. If it doesn't, it's real hunger. Ride it out or use a clean tool like plain carbonated water or black coffee or tea to get through the wave. Now, can sweet taste with 0 calories poke your hunger alarm? Let's find out. Some people get a tiny insulin nudge from sweet taste alone, even with 0 calories. This is the cephalic phase insulin response. Not everyone has this, but if you do, sweet taste can make fasting feel harder. Here's a simple way to check this for yourself. Give it 2 weeks. First week clean, second week with the sweet stuff you actually use. Week 1, clean fast only. Black coffee or tea, plain water, unflavored electrolytes. No sweet taste during the fast. No diet soda, no flavored 0-cal drinks, no sweetened gum. Week 2, try the sweet stuff you actually use. Your normal flavored waters, 0-cal syrups, sugar-free mints. Keep everything else the same. Each day, rate your mid-fast hunger 1 to 10, and note, did cravings win? If week 1 felt calmer with fewer urgent hunger moments, sweet taste is likely poking your alarm. Keep it clean during the fast. If week 2 felt the same or better, sweet taste may not affect you. Keep what helps you stick to your window. Still unsure? Try a continuous glucose monitor so you can see if sweet taste or your first bites change your blood sugar curve. This can change over time. As you sleep better or get leaner, your response may shift. Up next, quiet the cravings after you eat. Your first bites decide the whole ride. Cravings after you eat aren't random. Start a meal with mostly carbs, your blood sugar can spike, then drop. That drop is the "I need a snack" crash 1 to 4 hours later. There's a second layer. Your body has a protein budget. If you don't meet it, appetite keeps tapping your shoulder. Think of protein as the brake pedal for appetite. Tap the brake first, the ride stays smooth. Skip it, and the meal turns into a roller coaster. Okay, here's a simple way to do it. When you break your fast, start with about 0.18 grams of protein per pound of body weight, or approximately 0.4 grams per kilogram. This is a rule of thumb many nutrition and fasting coaches use, not a strict rule. For example, if you're around 165 pounds, about 75 kilos, around 30 grams to open the meal works well for most people. Then add vegetables and a bit of fat. Save the starchy carbs for later in the meal. Start with something easy. Pick one protein to open the meal. If you like breakfast foods, eggs work great, or yogurt or cottage cheese if you do dairy. More of a lunch or dinner person? Chicken, turkey, fish, or lean beef works. Plant-based? Tofu or tempeh is solid, and edamame works too. Take a few bites of protein first, then build the rest of the plate. Which carbs should wait their turn? The common starchy ones: rice, bread, pasta, tortillas, baked potatoes, and oats. They can be in the meal, just let protein talk first. What you'll notice? Lead with protein, and that "I'm starving again" moment shows up later, or not at all. You'll reach for fewer snacks after the meal, and your next fasting window feels calmer. Carbs aren't canceled, they're just not the opening act. Cool, protein sorted. Now let's make tomorrow's hunger quieter while you sleep, and by muting those eat me triggers around you. Short sleep makes hunger louder the next day. Stress does it too. Think of sleep as the volume knob on your hunger alarm. Here's the simple plan. Aim for 7 to 9 hours most nights, keep your sleep and wake times about the same, and set a caffeine cutoff about 8 hours before bed. If you're having coffee at 4 p.m., don't be shocked when hunger gets noisy tomorrow. Let the bedroom help you. Cool the room a bit, dim the lights in the last hour, and park the phone away from the pillow. Blue light at night tells your brain it's still daytime, like your eyes getting an email that says "Good morning" at 11 p.m. When stress hits, keep it simple. Do a 60-second box breath. In 4, hold 4, out 4, hold 4. It takes the edge off so you don't raid the pantry. Now, the environment. The stuff that keeps yelling, "Eat me!" If you can see the food, you'll think about the food. So clear the counter, keep snacks out of sight, and put ready-to-eat protein and veg front row in the fridge. Make the easy choice the right choice. Your phone needs rules too. During your fast, flip it face down or turn on Do Not Disturb. Food videos and photos are like ads to your stomach. Your phone turns into a tiny vending machine with Wi-Fi. If late night scrolling is your weak spot, try a 14-day unfollow of food accounts. You can always refollow later, and most people feel fewer cravings by day 3. And at night, timing matters. Finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. A late dinner teaches your hunger alarm to ring later and louder tomorrow. An earlier finish teaches it to quiet down. You've got this. When cravings pop up, now you know why and how to quiet them. Drop a comment with the fasting or weight loss question you want solved next. Your idea might be the next video. If you want to learn more about fasting or weight loss, pick one of these videos right here, choose the one you need most, and I'll meet you there.